The 2026 Nissan Sentra has some big changes for this year. Not just the exterior, but the interior. Lots of changes. The only thing that hasn't changed is the driveline, which is good because it's about fuel efficiency, good value, excellent technology, and now it's also about design. There are 4 trim levels: the S, the SL, the SRR test vehicle, which is the sporty version, and SL, the top of the line. All of them offer great technology and so many features for the money. They're going to have a lot of competitors in this category, but this is all new for Nissan. So let's see what they have to offer. We'll take it for a test drive, and in the end, we'll give you our pluses and minuses, as well as the competitors, and of course, we'll talk about the price. You will note the LED headlights, and in the SL trim level, you're also going to get signature animation, which is something you would see on the higher-end German vehicles, something that they're bringing in this technology. A lot of brands are doing this, including their competitors. One nice little feature is that Nissan logo is illuminated, which is very cool. They're starting to see that on a lot of their competitors. Volkswagen's doing it. All the other brands are as well. It just makes the vehicle stand out in the crowd. Under the hood, there are no changes for 2026. It is still a 2-liter double overhead cam 4-cylinder engine. It has 149 horsepower and 146 pound-feet of torque, backed by an Xtronic continuous variable transmission that is a CVT. It does have drive modes of Eco, Standard, and Sport. Fuel economy is 35 miles to the gallon combined, but it does run on regular unleaded, which is good. It'll save you a little bit at the pump. 0 to 60 time has not been offered, but we're seeing it around 9 seconds. It only comes in front-wheel drive, no all-wheel drive option, but the ride on it is so much improved with 6% more rigidity, better insulation for road noise, and it rides smoothly and it corners very nicely for a vehicle in this category. Our test vehicle rides on 18-inch alloy wheels. This is the upgraded black wheels. It's for an additional $610, but I think it looks really nice with this bright blue, and it is riding on hand-cooked tires. Some of the nice features that are standard on the Nissan Sentra include the LED signature headlights, LED horizontal signature tail lamps, and heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators. Very nice features that you usually see on more expensive cars. Dark chrome V motion grille is also new for 2026. There is 2-tone paint on our test vehicle. That's an additional $800, and there is a glass roof, which is an additional $600, but it really makes this vehicle more modern, more stylish, and the clean lines on this vehicle, including the blacked out trim mixed with the matte chrome, really nice features. Black lower sills, gloss black look really nice and give it that more sporty feeling because this is the SR trim. If you want less sportiness, obviously you can go to the lower trim levels. Inside the Nissan Sentra, this is where the big changes happen. The vehicle seats 5, and the zero-gravity seats that Nissan has always offered in the front seats is now also available in the second row, so that makes the second row comfortable as well. Our test vehicle has the all-weather package, which includes heated seats and a heated steering wheel, which is leather-wrapped. Very nice, like the red stitching that goes throughout this vehicle. Just makes it all connected and also very sporty. Our test vehicle offers the premium package for $2,300, which includes the sport leatherette seating. That means it's not leather, but leatherette. Driver's seat with 6-way power and 4-way power on the passenger side. It does have lumbar support. And part of this package includes premium Bose audio with 8 speakers, intelligent around view monitor, which is very helpful, and the Pro Pilot with lane keeping assist, which is a top safety feature. There are a lot of standard safety features, but this is an extra one so you can keep the lane centering while driving, rear parking sensor aids, rear automatic emergency braking, and a rear view mirror with auto dimming. One of the options on this car is 20 color ambient lighting, and that's $400. People love the ambient lighting. The biggest change you notice the moment you sit in the driver's seat: 2 12.3-inch screens that are flat. It's not hooded. And what's nice is the center screen has widgets that you can move around on the higher trim levels. That is something you typically don't see except for higher end luxury cars. Nice little features. They're really programming that make customers want to buy a car like this. You'll also note that the steering wheel is flat bottom, which makes it easier to get in and out of the vehicle. Controls are the same as what you would see typically on a Nissan product. You've got your safety as well as your cruise control and audio on the one side, and then all the other controls would be here for all the screens in the center in front of you. Overall, big improvement, nice clean screens, kind of small vents, but they do push out a good amount of air. You've got start-stop button, 2 USB-C charge ports, as well as your shifter, and it's a real shifter, even though it's a CVT, and a good size, very deep glove box that is nice. It is soft, and I like the angled stitching of the red and the gray, and 2 cup holders, all making this interior a huge improvement over the previous generation. On the negative side, there is some soft materials, but There's also some hard materials. It looks good though, and I think that's the big thing when you're talking about something at this price point. This is not supposed to be an ultra luxury car, but it does look more premium and feels more premium than it has in the past. Our test vehicle also had floor mat package, which is $290. All Nissan Sentras come with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless charging pad with Bluetooth, Google Assist. Standard is a 6-speaker audio system. When it comes to charging, there are 2 USB-C ports in the front, 1 in the rear, and 12-volt DC power outlet. Heading into the second row, the improvement with these zero-gravity seats is impressive. It's not just a flat bench, which you'll find in some of the competitors. They're bolstered, so they're nice. You have the ability to put a person in the center, but pull down this armrest and you've got 2 built-in cup holders, which I do appreciate. There are no pockets behind either of the seats. There's just 1 USB-C charge port directly behind the armrest, and in the door there is cup holders as well. Coming around to the back of the SR, you've got this black wing. It is gloss black. That LED taillights all the way across the back. SR here in red, Nissan logo, and that Sentra is in that polished silver. Very nice, very clean. Black diffuser across the back. I do love this color. Cargo space is 14 cubic feet of storage. There is no spare tire. There is a tire inflation product, but that's pretty standard on these vehicles. But the new design has a wider and lower lip than it has had in the past. To fold down the rear seats, there is a pull here. They do fold 60-40, but they do not fold flat. Backup camera, very nice. I think that's a nice plus. You should have that. Turning radius is really nice and tight. One of the things that's really important to do is to do a U-turn. See how a vehicle handles. Can you get it into a parking spot? Does it fit into your garage? How does it drive on the road? Now, in the past, the Sentra was a bit loud. It's still loud, but not as loud as it used to be. There's better insulation. It's the CVT transmission. Again, I'm not a fan of them in general, but it does offer good fuel economy, which is why a lot of brands are using them. Now, the vehicle itself, love the visibility of the new design. Big piece of glass out the front, nice low sill so you can see what's going on. And out the back, you've got this nice rear view mirror. Now there are different drive modes, and that drive mode lever is just behind the shifter on the center console. You can go into sport, where you're going to get a lot more pickup, different shift points. It is not changing it to make a sporty handling. It's about maybe you need it to pass or to avoid a situation, or you just want a little more spirited drive. Then there's always going into the standard mode, which most people will leave it in, and the eco mode is great. You're on the highway, you're just cruising along, you've got a long trip ahead of you. Smart way to get the most fuel economy out of your vehicle. Even though this runs on regular unleaded, there's still a lot of value in this car across the board. I love the gauges that are in front of you. They're a nice 12.3-inch gauge cluster. It's flat, it's easy to read. And then in the center, you've got your Apple CarPlay. You can add your devices, tons of apps, including the Nissan Connected Services app. Download more mobile apps if you wish, and then you can slide that over and put in profiles. A lot of great information, and you can move them around. Going into the home screen, you're going to get that. You've got your audio system, which includes AM, FM, Sirius, of course, Bluetooth. You can connect your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto, whichever works for you. As far as acceleration is concerned, this car is not meant to be a performance vehicle. It's meant to be great transportation, has good value, and that's where I say constantly the Nissan Sentra and its competitors truly shine. Soft materials here, some hard plastic, but again, that's not unexpected. You've got wireless charging, tons of connection ports, which is great. And of course a regular shifter, which I prefer over the linear shifters, but this vehicle has some options which include heated seats as well as all of your climate controls, which are right there. Nice and easy to use. We're going to bring the temperature down. It's very hot here in Florida, and I'm going to be using the air conditioning by this afternoon. But overall, this vehicle is great. I love the black on the lower half of the interior, and then the lighter color at the top makes this vehicle feel even bigger and brighter than it actually is. And I think that's important when you're in a vehicle like this. You don't want to be in a dark hole. You want this nice open feeling, and that is provided all part of the new design, a new flat bottom steering wheel, comfortable seats. On our test vehicle, we do not have lumbar on the passenger side. It is available on the driver's side, which I'm a lumbar girl. I've always said a vehicle should have lumbar. Why should you be uncomfortable while driving on a long road trip? But this vehicle is perfect for that. You've got plenty of storage in the trunk. You've got a nice, comfortable ride. Got the tunes, you can get the upgraded Bose audio, and you got everything you need. I mean, if you want more performance, you can step up to other vehicles that are offered by many different brands. But again, always test drive the vehicles, and there's more car news if you're interested at Car Coach Reports on YouTube. Our Car Smarts channel here offers just car reviews. And if you want even more, listen to The Drive with Lauren and Carl. Our new radio show is coast to coast. It's syndicated, and you can also watch it on YouTube at The Drive with Lauren and Carl. All right, let's talk about my pros and cons with this vehicle, the long list of competitors, and of course, the most important part, the price. There are some pros and cons when it comes to the 2026 Nissan Sentra. On the positive side, I love the exterior colors. I love the new design. The interior is impressive. The technology is great. And it's got a nice, quieter ride than it has in the past. Easy to use, user-friendly, and the value is the price, which we'll talk about in just one second. On the negative side, I am not a fan of the CVT transmission. It is using the same driveline. They should have a hybrid option available, which I think would be very value-based. And on top of that, there's no all-wheel drive option. But you might be seeing that in the future because they're expanding the lineup for Nissan, lots of changes. And the Nissan Sentra is a finalist for North American Car of the Year, and we'll find out who wins in January of 2026. The competitor list is long. The Honda Civic, the Toyota Prius, the Hyundai Elantra, Kia K4, Mazda 3, and the Volkswagen Jetta. There's a lot of competition. Test drive them all and then check with your insurance agent before you make a final decision, because it's not just the price of the vehicle, it's the cost to insure it and maintain it as well. Price of the 2026 Nissan Sentra, that's where this vehicle truly shines. $22,400 up to $27,990. Our test car is the SR with a lot of options, came in at $31,945. That did include destination and delivery, which the base prices that I'm listing are not, because it depends where you live. The 2026 Nissan Sentra is all about value. Big changes for this vehicle, not just on the outside and the inside where you live in this vehicle, but overall it rides better and it has less road noise than it has in the past. Huge improvements for the brand. The warranty is 3 years or 36,000 miles. Of course, check those warranties because Volkswagen is a little longer and Hyundai and Kia are a lot longer, but you have to look at the total value of the cost of the vehicle. There's more information in the description below, as well as my social media. If you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link for that is down there as well. I'm Lauren Fix. Thanks so much for watching.